afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My name is Dharan. I'm the SA for Medley Toastmasters Club. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to the Medley Toastmasters Club. The mission of the Toastmasters Club is to provide supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skills, resulting in personal growth and leadership. To conduct a successful meeting, we do have 3 ground rules. Rule number 1, please put your mobile phone either in silent mode or airplane mode. I'll give you 10 seconds. Everybody done? Rule number 2, please avoid using sex, religion and politics in your table topic and evaluation and prepared speeches as well. Rule number 3, during the meeting, if you want to communicate to the fellow members or guests, please use a chit of paper to communicate, which will avoid the disturbance during the meeting. With this, I'd like to welcome the person who is the business development manager at a multinational company. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Venkataseshan.
Thank you, Sajid Dams, Toastmaster Dharan. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I welcome you all to this wonderful meeting, 760 of Medley Toastmasters Club. With the sound of this gavel, I declare meeting open. I welcome the dignitaries present here, Toastmaster Saravanan, Area Director of C3, past District PR Manager and past President of Medley Toastmasters Club, DTM Thomas Abraham. And I welcome DTM Sundararaman, District Quiz Master and past President of Medley Toastmasters Club and past Division Director. And I welcome all the members and the guests who are yet to come. I welcome all of you here. With this, since the time July 2023, I became the President of Medley Toastmasters Club. We had themeless meetings. We had meetings without table topics session. We had meetings without a venue, without a roof for the venue. But every meeting, why should we have a PO's message? So I thought this week I will not go with a PO's message, but rather it will be a more of a fun-filled event, as the Toastmasters International founder president Ralph C. Medley said, the learning comes in full flow only if you have fun. So let's have this entire session as a fun-filled event and without much yarn and messages from me.
Chocolates.
And Medley Toastmasters Club. Chocolates, I believe so. The Medley Toastmasters Club, it stands an example for a Toastmasters Club as defined by Toastmasters International. We will have this session full of fun, learning and eventful session. With this, today we will get into the main session of today's meeting. It's going to be about more of a fun. It will be presided or conducted by Toastmaster of the Day. We call him as TMOD, Toastmaster of the Day, who is the District Quiz Master, designated Quiz Master, which has been the first position created in our district, and we are happy that he has taken up that task. And he's also not only a quiz master, but is very creative and versatile. I used to tell him, how many hours do you have in a day? We all have 24 hours. I know that I sleep for 7 hours to 8 hours, but I've seen him doing a lot of things, different versatile talents. So let's see how he is going to unfurl his talents today and make us happier and fill this event with more of fun. Please put your hands together to welcome TMOD.
Thank you, Venkataseshan. So I think the holiday mood has already set in. We could see it from the vacant seats. So can I request the last benches to come and occupy the first few rows, so that the latecomers can come and occupy the last rows. We'll just start with the fun, because the president has mentioned at least 4 times fun. I have not come prepared for any fun activity, but so let's try to do something, right? So probably we'll start with some fun activity, at least in the beginning. Can you all rise up, put your pads, pens, put your seats. So I'll play a song and we'll try to dance together. I forgot.
TM will be recorded, so these can dance.
Thank you so much. Please sit down. So except those two words, I could not comprehend any of the lyrics. But I think some of you are familiar with this album. So, any guess at which year it came and what is the album? Bonium, 1979. Bundunus, holiday. So today I have chosen holiday as the theme for this meeting. So I think when the year end comes, we all are in holiday mood. And we take all our vacations so before they get exhausted. So the moment a holiday comes to our mind, what are the things that comes to your mind? The moment I say holiday?
Yeah, Christmas holidays I love going for concerts, Carnatic
Concerts, good. Travel, very good.
Being with the family.
Being with family, spend time with family. Yes.
No
Foodie. Nice.
No cooker at 5 a.m.
No cooker.
Cooker, rice cooker.
Wow. Right. So I think one common theme across the world, the moment when we say holiday is travel, as mentioned by distinguished Toastmaster Thomas Abraham. So people try to go out and then explore the world and then try to gather experience, gain experience. So that is what I want to focus, though holiday meant so many things for each of us, but today we will focus more about the travel. Right. We'll first start with, I'll quickly explain the structure of our Toastmaster meeting. Do we have any guests today? Guests? Okay, right. Thank you. So in any Toastmaster meeting, the meeting is divided into three major segments. The first segment, the members come and deliver their prepared speeches. The prepared speeches are nothing but they will prepare with the help of a script defined by the Toastmaster International based on the project that they have chosen, and they have something known as path, level, and then project number, etc. Each speech has got a defined objectives, and based on that they have prepared, and in every meeting 3 or 4 Toastmasters will come and deliver their project. The second segment of this meeting, any Toastmaster meeting, is all about the impromptu speaking. That is called the table topic session. So this is where one of us will take the role of the table topic master and call guest or member and ask them to speak for just 2.5 minutes, impromptu. So on your feet, thinking on your feet. The third and vital segment of this Toastmasters meeting is evaluation. So evaluation, people say that it is the breakfast for champions. So not only for champions, for every one of us, evaluation is very much needed, and I think because of this evaluation, this organization is surviving for last 100 years. Next year we are going to have our centenary celebration. I think this is one of the key aspects. To perform this role, we have a dedicated person known as General Evaluator, and today the General Evaluator role is played by a person who has joined Medley Toastmasters recently, and let me quickly explain, give an introduction about it. So she is actually a software professional with an experience of about 15 years in a well-established automotive companies. Regarding the theme about holidays, she says that she loves holidaying in nature, like hills and forests, where she can break free from routines and feel calm and refreshed. So please put your hands to welcome Toastmaster Sinthana and the General Evaluator. Please introduce your role as well as the roles of your team members.
Thank you, TMOD, for the warm welcome. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. I am Sinthana. I am the GE of today's meeting. As we sail in the sea of self-improvement and personal growth, evaluations are the true compass that steer us in the right direction. Taking moments to reflect on our progress is not just beneficial, it's really very much essential for our growth. To share my experience, last week I had a meeting with my manager. They reflected on my career, and their reflections and evaluations made me think where I am heading to. Some decisions, if it were taken 3 years ago, it would have shaped my career in a better way. So this showed the cost of reflections and evaluations not done or not done on time. So this shows, the lesson learned is clear. Evaluations are the true compass for our growth. So they help us to shape better and also make us to drive in the right path, not deviating from the actual trajectory. So today, as a general evaluator, I will be observing the complete meeting. I'll be providing the feedback at the end of the meeting, and I'll be noting down what is happening and what doesn't happen also in the meeting. I have a team of evaluators and also tag team, timer, accounter, and grammarian to provide the constructive feedback on all the speakers throughout the meeting. So for the benefit of guests, my role has 3 sections. First, I would coordinate the evaluators for them to provide the evaluations on the prepared speeches. Next, I would be calling the tag team to provide the report. And third, I will be providing the complete evaluation of the meeting. So let's start acknowledging the tag team. First, I would call the timer, TM Venkataseshan, to give us the timing guidelines. He works in the construction and real estate industry. He enjoys dedicating time to be with his only son. He hails from Mylapore and his native is Tiruchendur. His cherished holiday experience was visiting his grandparents' house in his childhood days. Let's welcome our timer, TM Venkataseshan, to share the timing guidelines.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. As timer, I will be helping the speakers practice expressing a thought within a specific time. My duty is for prepared speeches, table topic speeches, and speech evaluation during the meeting. The green card, qualifying time, the yellow card is the target time, and the red card is the maximum time, and you have 30 seconds to finish up. For a 5 to 7 minute prepared speech, I will show you the green card at 5 minutes, the yellow card at 6 minutes, and the red card at 7 minutes. You should speak for a minimum of 4 minutes 30 seconds to qualify. For evaluators, time is 2 to 3 minutes. The green card is shown at 2 minutes, yellow card at 2 minutes 30 seconds, and the red card at 3 minutes. You have 30 seconds to finish. For table topics, each speaker is encouraged to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. I will show the green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red card at 2 minutes. If you speak under time or over time with more than 30 seconds, you will be disqualified and you are not eligible. If you speak less than 1 minute, you will be disqualified. I will report qualifying times when called upon at the end of the meeting. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you. I would call upon TM Sinthana for the accounter role.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sinthana. As an accounter, I would listen to all the speakers today for the use of crutches or pause fillers. I will listen for the use of overused words like and, well, but, so, you know. I will also use for filler sounds, which includes those kind of inappropriate sounds. In addition, I will listen to the repeat words like I, and. The use of these crutches and pause fillers comes when our mouth starts speaking faster than the way our brain thinks. So in order to keep up with it, we tend to use these sounds. A useful tip to avoid using these would be to slow down your pace of speech or pause and keep silence when those crutches come in. Let us all aim for a clear speech throughout this meeting. I will give my report at the end of the meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster.
So now I will call upon a grammarian, Toastmaster Pushparajan, to explain his role and introduce the word of the day. So Pushparajan is the author of the upcoming book Stop Smoking in 3 Days. Holds a master's degree in English and Linguistics. Works as a senior content specialist and Suleka. His memorable vacation story is very adventurous, where he was after the zoo monkey chasing after him. So I think he will be putting it to a speech in the future. So let's call upon our grammarian, TM Pushparajan.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. As grammarian, it's my responsibility to pay close attention to all the speakers, listening carefully to the language usage. I will take note of any improper language as well as any outstanding words, sayings, thoughts, or quotes. As grammarian, it's also my duty to introduce the word of the day. And today, the word of the day is revelry. Revelry. It's a 3-syllable word. It's a noun. It means lively and noisy festivities, often involving celebration and merrymaking. It has both negative and positive connotations. So it's often associated with celebrations and partying, drunken revelry, these kind of things. So as an example sentence is, the streets echoed with a joyous revelry of people celebrating Christmas. So that's one example sentence. So it's a 3-syllable word. The stress falls on the first syllable. So I encourage all the speakers to use the word of the day. I'll give the grammarian's report when called upon during the meeting, and also report on the usage of the word of the day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now I'll hand over the speech to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, General Evaluator. So the moment holidays come into our mind, and then our mind starts preparing for the plan. Right? For example, need not be a grand vacation, summer vacation or winter vacation. Even the moment you have 2 days holidays, Saturday and Sunday, Friday evening, our mind starts thinking about what is supposed to do. In fact, more than those 2 days, we try to enjoy on the Friday evening. No? So because we try to anticipate and start thinking. So in the same manner, when we have to go on a vacation during holidays, then we will start coming out with our itinerary, and then we try to pack up things, we try to have a checklist, so many things, right? We all agree? Yeah. So this is almost similar to what we try to do in Toastmasters. I try to bring analogy for this prepared speech. Right? The moment the VP Education asks you to take up a speech, then immediately we talk to our mentor and then go through the manual and then prepare our script, get it verified and vetted by the mentor, and then finally we get delivered. So it is not that when you are on stage you enjoy. Even the moment whatever you spend, start preparing the script, you will thoroughly enjoy, and that gives a different kind of a dopamine. So today we will get into the prepared speech session. Today we have 4 speakers instead of 5 speakers. So there is a small change in the agenda. So the first speaker will be Toastmaster Amirtha. So today's Amirtha's speech would be evaluated by distinguished Toastmaster Thomas Apraga. So can you please read it out to our judges?
Thank you, TMOD. Good afternoon, my dear friends. We're going to listen to Toastmaster Amirtha Krishnan delivering her Level 1 Project 2, writing a speech with a purpose. One of the foundational projects. It's called So Near Yet So Far. The purpose of the speech is for the speaker to learn, review the basic methods of writing a speech, and with a defined purpose, and present a well-organized speech. Over to TMOD. All the best.
Thank you. This is Toastmaster Thomas. So our first speaker Amirtha is a software engineer with a focus on software quality assurance and testing. She loves reading. Her favorite authors are Jane Austen and Jhumpa Lahiri. She loves the city of Chennai, and she loves to learn more about its history. And regarding vacation, her favorite vacation is Bali, with its beautiful beaches and friendly people. Reason? She would like to go to a non-touristy location and get a flavor of the history of the place and the local life rather than crowded places. Please put your hand to welcome Toastmaster Amirtha.
Hello everyone. How many of you have taken a gap year? In school, college, between jobs. Gap year is a time that people take between 2 courses or between one job and the next. They want to figure out what they want to do next. Gap year allows you to have time to slow down and think. A lot of people travel all over the world. Some people travel around the country. They want to meet lots of different people and get a different perspective on life. And some people take up an internship. They go for another course. They want to do some upskilling to figure out whether they like that field. And a lot of students take a gap year to prepare for competitive examinations and apply for colleges and all. Now, last month we heard Dr. Pratha talking about her gap year, and she was preparing for her MDS entrance examinations. Gap year can be a very enriching experience because it allows you to pause. It allows you to pause and step back from the rat race. You have time to think, you have time to figure out what you want to do. It allows you to understand yourself. It promotes self-awareness. It can be very refreshing, and you can recharge yourself, and it can prevent a burn. So good afternoon everyone. Today I am here to talk about my gap year. Now, I had not planned on taking a gap year. I did not want time to rediscover myself. I did not have any plans to travel around the world. But I ended up taking a gap year anyway. So towards the end of my undergraduation, I had decided I wanted to study computer science. So I wanted to take up the MCA course. So I had come up with a number of colleges. I prepared for the entrance examinations and I applied for various colleges. I applied for PhD Tech in Coimbatore. I applied for Osmania University, PhD University. I applied for Tyagaraja College in Madurai. I prepared for the exams. I appeared for the exams and so on. And towards August, I received a letter from Madurai Tyagaraja College and they asked me to appear for a personal interview. So on the appointed day, I reached Madurai. I was on time for the interview and the college principal was doing the interview. I entered the room. I entered the interview room and somehow I sensed a hostile environment for some reason. There was nobody there making eye contact, nobody wishing you or greeting you, and the principal was there and one other attender was there. No, the principal was like sitting and writing something, absolutely no eye contact, he didn't look up. He asked me a few questions, he asked me, are you from Chennai, where are you from, are you trying to stay in a hostel, do you need hostel accommodation, etc. So the questioning went on for just a few minutes and then the tone of his voice was like really stiff. So this was the first time I am facing any situation as an adult on my own. My parents were not there to guide me. And what happened, it was just a few minutes and I can't even remember exactly what happened. And he found some issues with my certificates. He said, you have to join right today, you have to stay back and start classes tomorrow. And none of that was published earlier and I was not prepared to do that. And within a few minutes he said, okay, you are not eligible to join, you leave. So I felt a huge sense of rejection. I was on the verge of tears. My parents were also not with me. I didn't know whom to turn to for help. I had not expected any complication and then so much hostility, I was completely unprepared. I wanted to put the whole thing behind me and just go back home. I want to run and hide. So that's exactly what I did. I went back to Chennai. I didn't even think about coming back. Kai ketnadu, vai ketala. So something I could take by hand, I couldn't reach it to my mom. Didn't really realize what happened. I had no backup plans. And it was already end of August. So I found myself having a gap year. Without any intention, there I was in the middle of my gap year. Now, this is not the end of my story. My gap year was super educational. I did not go to any college, I did not attend any classrooms, but it was very, very educational. I had a lot of time to think. I had time to figure out what happened, what my personality is, what my qualities were, what I needed to do, how I let go. I realized that on thinking back that I was not mentally prepared to leave home and go stay in the hostel. And that somehow led to all these events happening and I was able to accept that outcome and just run away. It was like an excuse. So I realized that this was the real reason that I realized I had not fought for what I wanted. I realized I had let it go without even a single fight. So it was a really difficult time and I tried my best to understand and connect with myself and see what I wanted. I realized that I wanted a postgraduate education absolutely to secure my future. And so I got back to work. I found a friend and she was also in the same boat as me. We both worked together, we kept each other motivated and we kept our homes alive. We worked really hard for a few months. The following year, I cracked the examinations and I was able to get into Anna University College of Engineering meeting. I was really elated. This was fun because I wanted something, I worked for it and I got it. Now there was no way anybody could speak me out of this or take this away from me. I realized that unless you truly want something, you won't get it. If you get it, it might easily slip out of your hands. So I found that during the gap year, life pushed me to so many corners. I had to fight to get out of it. I had to realize what I liked, ask for what I wanted, and also realize what I could not live without. So the gap year was one of the best years in my life. taught me so much that I could not have learned in any classroom. So if any of you are stuck in a rut, need to take a break, pause, take a gap year. Thank you.
Thank you. That was Amirtha Krishnan, so near yet so far, and her mentor was Pravina Sriram. Please give her a big round of applause. Our next speaker would be Toastmaster Shanmugavel. So his speech would be evaluated by Toastmaster Kalyani. Kalyani, can you please come and explain the roles or the objectives of Toastmaster Shanmugavel's speech?
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Today, Toastmaster Shanmugavel is going to give a speech on evaluation and feedback. That is his second speech in her topic. That previously he has given the speech, and today he is going to implement the changes or the suggestions that has been given to him by the previous evaluator. The purpose of this is to practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during a club meeting.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kalyani. So our next speaker, Toastmaster Shanmugavel, is basically a multidisciplinary researcher in mushroom, enzymes and cancer biology. He is interested in walking and listening motivational audiobooks, and he is a person with a positivity and he never gives up. He has got a never give up attitude, and his favorite destination, Hill Place, having water bodies. Hill Place plus water bodies, both should be there. And please put your hands to welcome Shanmugavel.
Title of my speech, title, God, test but never leaves. Okay, all the best. In life, everything is valuable only in two situations. First, before you getting it. Second, after losing it. In between, we don't realize the value of anything. Such a situation can happen to my life also. Myself, my wife and my 3.5-year-old daughter, Maunia, were sitting in the Jammu bus stand around 2 p.m. in the August. Actually, we wanted to go Vaishno Devi temple from Katra. Actually, the Vaishno Devi temple is situated in the dense forest. One has to climb near about 12 to 13 kilometers from Katra. So this temple is very much famous for Mahakali, then Mahalakshmi and Mada Saraswati. They do darshan in the form of pindis. Pindis mean like production of stones in the cave. This is famous for throughout the year. Pilgrims used to visit throughout the year. They will visit day and night also. This temple is situated in the 3 hills of Himalayan mountain range. The bus, when we are traveling through the bus, we have reached Katra. Katra, from where we have to walk near about 12 kilometers toward the Vaishno Devi temple. From here, 2 kilometers, we have reached a small temple. There, free meals were served to the pilgrims. After that, from 5 kilometers, we have reached a place that is called as Adikwari, a temple. We have taken the darshan. From that, we gone again to the Sharanbadana. That is a very good resting as well as scenic places for the pilgrims. Here, most of the pilgrims, they were chanting Jai Mataji, Jai Mataji, Jai Mataji like that. Some were traveling by mules. Locally it is called as pony, this one. Some people, they were traveling by chair, and most by walking. We were walking. I was carrying my 3-year child on my shoulder. The pilgrims, they were used the sticks. It sounds like tak, 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 tak. They were also chanting Jai Mataji, like that. We have reached around 8 p.m. in the night in the Vaishno Devi temple area. But our darshan time was early morning, 6 a.m. We have taken one rental accommodation in the Vaishno Devi campus. Can anybody taking an early morning bath in the December cold in the chill water? But myself and my daughter had taken the bath at 5 a.m. in the hill station. Still, I often remember I should not compel my daughter to take such a chill water. It was very chill. Then we were in the queue for the darshan. Early morning, 6 o'clock, we were in the people start chanting Jai Mataji, Jai Mataji, Jai Mataji, like somewhere else, some people start singing a song. Song means devotional song by drum. Some people start playing the tape recorders also. When the crowd reached near the sanctum, sanctum means the Sannidhi. There they were so emotional, like that rivalry. Jai Mataji, Jai Mataji, Jai Mataji, Jai Mataji, like that. They were so excited. They are in ecstasy, we can say an ecstasy. We had darshan, the priest put the tilak by Chandru. After darshan, we proceeded towards back. We are returning back from the Vaishno Devi temple to the Katra. When we have reached Charan Paduga, the place I have told it is very good place for scenic as well as resting place. We were sitting because our leg is paining, legs were paining. We were sitting, and I asked my daughter, it is not my behavior, it is somebody's behavior. I asked my daughter to fetch a water from nearby water tap. It was in front of us only. She went to fetch the water. In the meantime, the crowd was increased. 5 minutes passed, she didn't return back. Then I went, I checked, I couldn't be able to find her. I was calling, Maunika, 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 but no response. In the meantime, my wife came and called to cry. Both were shouting, Maunika, Maunika, Maunika. No response. Then we have invited the people, those who are passing by. Then we have decided, one person says towards downwards, other person towards upward. I ran towards upward. After 5 minutes, after 10 minutes, I spotted my daughter. She was walking very fastly, holding water bottle on her hand. Then immediately I hugged her and restored her mother. We thanked the God. Actually, we came here to have one more child, but we have missed whatever we had. We realized that whatever we have to satisfy whatever we had. Without this one also so many people are in the world. Next year we have blessed with a son. We named him as we saw. This is the name of God, Vaishno Devi. So God test, in this case, God tested us but didn't leave. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. for that travel story, and it was very much aligning with the theme of the meeting. So now we will go ahead with the third speaker. So the third speaker, Toastmaster Saravanan's speech, would be evaluated by Toastmaster Pravda. Can you come and read out his objectives?
Thank you, TM. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Toastmaster Saravanan is giving his level 1 project 5 of his strategic relationship pathway on evaluation and feedback, second speech. The purpose of this project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback and apply the feedback to the second speech. And the purpose of this speech is for the member to demonstrate that he has applied the feedback received from his first speech. The time allotted is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best, Toastmaster Saravanan. Over to
Thank you,
you.
Toastmaster Pravda. So our next speaker, Toastmaster Saravanan, is our area director, and apart from Medley, he is also taking care of 3 more clubs. So I believe they are all corporate clubs, and currently through his guidance, all these clubs, the area is marching towards a select distinguished status. I think for that he deserves a big round of applause. And regarding the theme, his favorite location is Goa, famous for beaches, food and pictures to location and friendly culture. And Toastmaster Saravanan, Parrottalogy. Toastmaster Saravanan.
I meet. Have you ever felt like an orphan before?
Yeah.
Thank you. Success has many fathers, while failure is more often an orphan. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I have made this presentation to reassure you that life is not fair, to reassure you to trust the process, to reassure you, let's just do it. Today, I'm here to reassure you that life is not fair, thus let's just do it by trusting the process. How am I going to do that? Let's get into a small story. How many of us raise our hands that we have failed in an interview? How many of us have failed in 4 or 5 rounds of interview, have succeeded in 4 or 5 rounds of interview, but failed in the last one? Before landing up the current job that I'm in, I attended so many interviews and I failed in many of them. 1, 2 companies where I attended 3 or 4 levels of interview, succeeded in them, but then failed in the final round. Does this ring a bell? That we win 10 straight games, but we fail in the final round. Today, I'm going to share with you India's journey in the Men's Cricket World Cup 2023. There were plenty of loves, plenty of tears. We'll start with the journey. Where did we start? We started here in 1983. Of course, many of us would have living memories of 1983. I have living memories of the 83 movie that came out. Ranveer Singh acted wonderfully, brilliantly made movie. 2003, I have living memories of 2000. We lost by 125 runs. God forbid it was Rahul Dravid who was the captain of that match. It was not Saurav Ganguly. So if it was Saurav Ganguly, the blame would have gone directly to him. But one match that Rahul Dravid captained and we lost by 125 runs. Of course, this is a very special moment, 2011. Not just because of Dhoni finishes off in style, but also because of the other person in that picture. Yuvraj Singh was the player of the tournament, battled cancer when we won that tournament. The preparation, our coach, who was the losing captain in 2003, who was the captain in 2007, where we did not even make to the knockout stages. He came back to win the under-19 tournament as a head coach, and he was the coach in 2003. Mr. Captain, the captain who was nowhere in the playing level in 2011, was still playing, but he was not in the playing level, was nowhere near Team India before 2013. By step, match by match, session by session, he came back and he led us in 2023. Finally, the team. And Team B was as good as Team A. You all remember Mohammad Shami, who came back into our team playing 11 as a replacement for Hardik Pandya, and he won. He played 7 innings and he won the purple cap, 24 wickets. The wins, I'll quickly go through the wins. We won 9 league games straight. We dominated in the semi-finals, even though there was a bit of a resistance. And not only that, we finished the top of the table. We are still at the top of the table, except for one main loss. How did we do this? The work. Because as we all know, Virat Kohli, a staggering average of 95, won the orange cap of the tournament, maximum runs. Mohammad Shami had played 7 games, 24 wickets. He is the leading wicket taker for India in World Cups. And coming back to our captain, Mr. Rohit Sharma, we all know how explosive he was in the power plays, and that was because of his playing style, and he chose to play that style. He chose to play that selfless style of cricket. Had the most sixes in the tournament, not only most sixes in the tournament, but also in international cricket. Then comes the final D-Day. Now, nothing but this part, the head breaks hearts. It still is breaking mine even today to think about it. I don't want to go back to home. This is the only time that I'm going to think about it, delivering this presentation. Now it's very clear the entire frame, the entire slide is yellow, not blue. The entire tournament before that was blue, not yellow. Just one day it changed. I want to share a couple of lessons from my end that I learned. Can we accept defeat with dignity? The second that I want to share is, can we trust the process without the success and failure in mind? Third thing, can we view failure and success alike? Is that possible? And I want you to go back to your homes and then think of these three things, these three questions. Can we accept defeat with dignity? Can we trust the process? Can we view success and failure alike? Is it possible? I want to end this presentation with a small quotation, chapter 2, verse 38 of the Bhagavad Gita. I'm not going to read this presentation, but I'm going to share my understanding of this particular quotation. If we attach ourselves to desire for success, not necessarily that we'll always succeed. We may also lose. If we attach ourselves to the desire for success, we will fear defeat. On the other hand, if we shed any desire for the reward, there will be no happiness or sorrow. Such a person who has no desire for success or the reward is unperturbed. That person will always be concentrated on fighting the cause as his or her own duty rather than for the reward. Thus, can we shed any desire for the reward and trust the process? If Rahul Dravid did not trust the process, if Rohit Sharma did not trust the process, if Team India did not trust the process, we would not be standing here today hoping to win the World Cup in 2027. Today I want to leave you with this one particular message. We have living examples of people who trusted the process, who viewed success and failure alike. It's an incredibly high ideal to follow, but if we can, the success that it brings or the results that it brings later on in life, if it's possible to trust the process by viewing success and failure alike. Over to you. Thank you.
What is this theme? Your table topics, I was wondering. That was fantastic. I think she deserves a big round of applause. Okay, coming back to our theme, prepared vacation versus impromptu vacation. So once you complete the vacation, what do we do? What do we do?
Back to
reflect. Yes. So back to office is the next step. Before that, we try to share our experiences and recollect our reminiscence, and then upload our pictures, and then we do all the dissection as mentioned by Saravanan, horizontally, vertically, diagonally. So everything we do, and if at all, if the entire vacation bombs, then we try to blame others. So we do everything. So that is called feedback. So to do the feedback session, so let me call back our General Evaluator Sinthana. Over to you for the feedback session.
So moving on to the speech evaluations. The purpose of this is to provide both positive comments and also suggestions for improvements. Now let's call the evaluators. So to evaluate Toastmaster Amirtha, I would be calling distinguished Toastmaster Thomas T. Abraham. So he is a communication veteran. He's a former special director at Ashok Leland, former district PR manager. He's a multi-talented consultant combining words, photography, voice and design. His memorable holiday experience is that he had a week-long self-driven solo trip from Scotland to London or London to Scotland, where it is being filled with back-to-back communism challenges. Now let's call upon our evaluator, Thomas.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, and today's first speaker, Toastmaster Amirtha. First of all, in your second speech, you managed to demonstrate the uniqueness about stories. Stories are the most multi-dimensional communication pieces, because with that you can inform, you can entertain, you can inspire, you can instruct. You did all for that in submission. So kudos for that. My formula is 3 plus 3. The first 3 is starting with, you made a promise, you kept the promise. Almost, statesman. You said you're going to speak about XYZ, and you did that. Straightforward. Secondly, I like the overall congenial demeanor that you showed. You came, you were chatty, you said, hello friends, you said. And you didn't make it formal. Throughout, it was a friendly kind of thing. You had a smile all along, which is very healthy. Third part I liked was, and again it's good for storytelling, this kind of a chatty style. Third part I liked was, you had a very clear structure. You asked a question, what is gap? Nobody knew. Incidentally, I'll come to why they didn't know. Then you explained what it is. Then you told about your gap story. Then you gave us the hostile interview, then the gap story, and then the moral of the story. Beautiful, neat structure. Now, what could you do better? Given your potential map, 3 things. 1, a speech is all about the audience. What do the audience see as a purpose in your speech? It's not what you said. It's not your speaking. I saw the audience's purpose to be, based on your ending, how to take heart from your experience when life hits you hard. In which case, instead of so near yet so far, which is your perspective, it could have been trumping the rut, you talked about rut, or it wasn't the end of the world, something like that. Second point I have is, what is the speaker's objective? The speaker wants to get every bit of what's here, there. Which means every word should reach there. I'm afraid with your speed, I think your word count must be 850. Please do count. I recommend you make it under 700. Then every word will be known. I didn't catch gap. That's why I didn't get a response. It all over. You could see that. Then you will be able to emote, transition better. My third recommendation therein is some bit of humor. Gap here. It was not really a gap here. So my gap here. Things like that. Lastly, what I want to say was that with this tonality changes, the frenzy of a hostile interview and then easing into a bad time, you said, I wanted to hide myself. The tonalities, the speed has to be different. And then the U-turn. The only where you really did was, I wanted to hide. No, sorry, you said, I was really elated. See the 3 stages you could have brought out. So overall, I would stop with this and say you could make this an inspirational speech, not just your story. Over.
So to evaluate the second speech, I would call upon Toastmaster Kalyani to evaluate Toastmaster Shanmuga's speech. She's working as an assistant manager in Korone Sajiba. She is in a medical billing company. She doesn't plan any specific things for holidays. Fondly remembers school days spent with her cousins in Medu. Let's welcome Kalyani.
Good evening once again. Let's congratulate Shanmugaved for his rivalry picture of speech on Jammu Temple. He did a excellent work, whatever the suggestions was implemented in the previous speech, he has used over here. He says God tests but never leaves. He clearly has explained that through his daughter missing during the trip, and that time he had panicked, but at last his daughter was back. So he says God tests but never leaves. And also he has shown up the Jammu temple picture and the travel ways to and return back from there. It was really a good presentation, and overall it was excellent. Feedback is while he explains his daughter missing, he could have shown some panic suggestions or frantic actions, or else he could have asked a question to audience like, no, what happened, you know, something like that. Like he says, oh my God, suddenly my daughter was missing. Like that he could have asked something. Otherwise it was an excellent presentation.
So now to evaluate Toastmaster Saravanan's speech, I would call upon Toastmaster Amirtha. She is a charming dentist specializing in oral medicine, diagnosis and radiology. She enjoys spending holidays with her family, exploring new places.
Thank you, Ji. Very good evening to one and all. Once again. Till Toastmaster Saravanan gave his speech last month, I was thinking that he's going to talk about studies on parrot. After his first speech, then I realized that he is going to talk about, he spoke about the study of one of my favorite book, Parrota, linking it with one new concept called social psychology. What made his speech interesting is the uniqueness of the content. He narrated an incident that took place just for 5 minutes, and how he was able to dissect the level of maturity of people and how that would have been altered with the level of maturity. That uniqueness, novelty made his speech interesting. What I liked most in his speech is the compelling opening. He made it interesting with a prop, showing the salt and saying that a pinch of salt is required to digest what he's going to talk in his speech. And the next thing that I liked most is the way he demonstrated, he narrated that scene. He made us to visualize the entire event, 5 minutes event that happened, and it was more like seeing a short film. Everybody would have felt like that. So, okay. And coming to his project, whether he has implemented the suggestions that was given by the previous speaker, previous evaluator, yes. When compared to the speech, first speech, the clarity of the roles or the characters was made more better in the second speech. And though it was a serious story, there were few pinch of humors that were added, and I would say that both the suggestions given by the evaluator was taken up and implemented correctly, and he had definitely fulfilled his requirement of his projects. So suggestions, what I would say is the opening was very compelling, and he had the main content was also well formulated. The conclusion was little abrupt, and it was not involving his opening, so that could have been little more made better. And one more personal suggestion is, no, just for fun, you made that Madri people are dangerous. This is personal. Otherwise, I would say that this was the entire speech was well made and involving the audience and well delivered, implementing the inputs of the previous speaker. And all the best for the next speeches.
Let's move on to the final evaluation. To evaluate TM Jagan's speech, I would call upon TM Venkataseshan. So he's our president, seriously fun lover, and he's an inspiration seeker and also inspires people like us. One of his memorable holiday experiences is that he had self-driven to Niagara Falls with his family with Indian driving license, right? Yeah.
First of all, thank you Toastmaster Jagan for not giving us a nightmare of bar graphs and charts. When I heard presentation software, PPT, I thought it's going to be an informational speech. Kudos to you with a true story, narrating somebody else's story but bringing us all together into your speech. Kudos to you. 3 wow factors in your speech. First, the speech itself. The opening. Typically we say that ask a question to the audience, that's a perfect opening. But the right question with the right audience, with the right pinch of salt, makes the audience engaged to your speech. So you started with the right question where you asked, have you failed in your interview? So you brought the people, everyone here with their own experience, but drive along with you into your journey of this speech. So that is the opening was very perfect. The second one is your content, the body of your speech. The entire narration of the story with the successes and the failure. Why we are afraid of failure, but we celebrate the success. You narrated the entire story, the entire body you brought through very well. So the narration of the story, the entire speech was perfect. The second one, as the project, now I am going into the project objective. As the project says, the speech, the slide design has to be very clear and concise. You had a very perfect design of your slide. On the left hand side, you had an entire column given for the topic which you are, the context which you are going to speak about in that particular context, like history of World Cup and the win, the work and the lessons learned. So you brought those very clearly on your design. To complement that part, to the text part, you had a picture on the right hand side. That was a perfect design throughout. You had maintained the standard throughout your speech. So that is the kudos, the wow factor too. The third one is the slide effectiveness. The slide effectiveness is very crucial because I have done presentations where whatever I speak is on the slide, or sometimes, most of the times I look at the slide and I start reading the slides. But a perfect slide presentation should complement to you. As a speaker, when you speak, the audience should listen to you, but they should know what you are speaking about with the narration, what is there in the slide. So that is, the slide has to complement what you speak. So you brought that very well. You spoke about the topic, but you had a very simple narration of your speech into the design. With that, I have one tip and one, not an area of improvement, but a suggestion. The tip is, typically we follow a white background for PowerPoint presentations. If you are presenting to a larger audience, you might be knowing having a darker color would be more appropriate. You could try that. Area of improvement or a suggestion is, the project suggests that you could have arrived at the venue early to check your presentation and see whether all audio, video and your slide changer, everything is working fine. If you could adopt all those things, the tips and suggestions, the presentation was very well taken up by all the audience here. Kudos to you. Over to you.
So that's all. We are done with the evaluation round. I hope all the speakers have taken the positive comments and also the improvements so that you could speak better next time. Yeah. So timer, can you please tell the qualified table topic speakers?
The qualified table topic speakers are Toastmaster Dharan, Toastmaster Pushparaj, Toastmaster Venkat, guest Shankar, Toastmaster Prasanamani, Toastmaster Amirtha, Toastmaster Saravanan, Toastmaster Kalyani, and Toastmaster Dharan.
And also, can you please read out the best, qualified evaluators?
The qualified evaluators are DTM Thomas, Toastmaster Prada, and Toastmaster Venkat.
Okay. So, if you have the votings ready, you can just vote for the best evaluators and the best table topic speakers.
Thank you.
So now I call upon the tag people for their reports. So to start off, I will call the timer of the day, Toastmaster Dinesh. Now I will call Toastmaster Dinesh for the timer report.
prepared speech session, Toastmaster Amirtha spoke for 6 minutes and 11 seconds. Toastmaster Shanmugavel spoke for 6 minutes 40 seconds. Toastmaster Saravanan spoke for 7 minutes 10 seconds. And Toastmaster Jagan spoke for 7 minutes 15 seconds. The table topic speech, Toastmaster Dharan spoke for 1 minute 5 seconds. Toastmaster Pushparaj spoke for 1 minute 20 seconds. Toastmaster Venkat spoke for 1 minute 10 seconds. Guest Shankar spoke for 1 minute 20 seconds. Toastmaster Prasanna spoke for 1 minute 24 seconds. Guest Santamiya spoke for 25 seconds. Toastmaster CJ spoke for 40 seconds. Toastmaster Amrita spoke for 1 minute 10 seconds. Toastmaster Saravanan spoke for 2 minutes 10 seconds. Toastmaster Kalyani spoke for 1 minute. And Toastmaster Prada spoke for 1 minute 20 seconds. In the evaluation section, DTM Thomas spoke for 3 minutes 22 seconds. Toastmaster Kalyani spoke for 1 minute 30 seconds. Toastmaster Prada spoke for 3 minutes 6 seconds. And Toastmaster Venkat spoke for 3 minutes 28 seconds. Over to you.
I will call upon Accountant CJ Allen. He holds a BA in English literature. He is passionate about reading articles about stories and sports. And his favorite holiday experience is always staying in Madurai, his native place.
And good afternoon once again. I am the accountant for today's meeting. I would like to start up with these speakers, TM Amirtha and TM Shanmugavel. Used couple of ahs, ums, and repetitively used the words of when and I will, and repeatedly didn't have a break. It was a continuous trend, and especially Shanmugavel, TM Shanmugavel said that about the people's there were several continuations without any I will, when, did, do. These kind of words were repetitively used by these two speakers continuously. And TM in table topics, TM Pushparaj took a long pause by the words called to a couple of times. And in table topics, when I evaluate myself, I took a pause for using sums 3 times. Then TM Pravda used ums both 3 times. Thank you.
Now I will call upon Grammarian to do his report.
Thank you, Toastmasters. So, Toastmaster Shanmugal used the word of the day. Toastmaster Saravanan used the word of the day twice. Toastmaster Jayashree used the word of the day twice. Toastmaster Venkataseshan and Toastmaster Kalyani used the word of the day. And there were also some good phrases like fit of rage, pinch of salt, good Samaritan, ring a bell, and think on our feet. All these good phrases were used by him. And Saravanan sir used many good phrases. And one thing I wanted to say is the use of the word myself. So it's a reflexive pronoun. So it's used in places where it should not be used. Like they start saying myself and myself Pushparaj and something like that. So that should be avoided. And you can correct it like there should be a pronoun before that. I myself, or I did it myself. So I should come before myself. And for the grammar tip for today, it's about question tags. You know what question tags are, right? So it's attached to the end of a statement to make it into a question. So non-native speakers usually use the tag no for everything. I used to do it. So for example, you like cookies? No. So it should be you like cookies, don't you? That's the correct thing. And they bought a new TV? No. Something like that. I used to say that. I didn't even realize that it was a mistake. And when I was told that it was a mistake, I thought, no, this person doesn't know English. That's what I thought. So a proper question tag should be used. Priya is the new team lead. What should be the question tag? Priya is the isn't she? And many people use isn't it for everything, for all types of questions they use is it, but that is not the proper way to do it. So the proper question tag should be used. Bring me some tissue papers. Will you is the question tag. It's not is it or no or something like that. So this proper question tag should be used according to the type of sentence. Appropriate question tags to be used. Native speakers use question tags all the time, but they use it correctly. But because of our mother tongue influence, we use no or yes, so is it. So this has to be avoided. Thank you very much.
Thank you, tag team, for the insightful report. So now we're coming to the last part of my evaluation. So here are the highlights. So the meeting agenda was promptly shared ahead of time. The meeting agenda was promptly shared ahead of time. Though there were last-minute dropouts, it was well managed. Members warmly welcomed the new comers and also the guests. The theme of the meeting was so appropriate and resonated with everyone. And the TMOD also spent some time in collecting the introduction about the theme, and it was being used for the introduction. And he infused the revelry mood of holiday mood within us. Next, TT Master, the topic selection was really good and it was really fun. And I think everybody had a lot of fun in it. And evaluators also did a great job. So they stated the positive and as well as the suggestions which were up to the objective of their projects. Coming to the improvements or suggestions from my side, guest introduction is being missed out, so please take care. And there were some distractions like phone ringing and also talking I could observe. Please avoid that. When calling the speakers, TMOD, you should have used the format like speaker, title and the title speaker. So this wasn't much taken care. Please take care of that. And G report was not filled for a long time. So XCOM, please inform the next G to update the report periodically. Yeah, that's it. Overall, the meeting was so good, and I appreciate everybody's encouragement in the meeting. So let's take the suggestions very positively. Yeah, over to you,
Thank you, General Evaluator. Thank you for wonderful feedback from you as well, from your tag team as well, the speech evaluators. I think the General Evaluator, the speech evaluators and tag role players, all of them deserve a big round of applause. So let's once again applaud the table topic master and table topic speakers. How about the preferred speakers as well, their mentors? Give them a big round of applause. So after vacation, right? So we try to do all the feedback and then we come back to normalcy. So that's how we tend to do. But in reality, we have 7 more days to complete this year. I think for many of you, the vacation starts right now. For some people, once you are taking holidays, personal holidays, and someone else is working, you always have a guilt feeling that you are not at work. But nowadays, the companies, they say that all of you take vacation. In fact, one of the IT organization where I was working, the last 5 days of the year, they call it as a shutdown, right? Shut down means shut down. That's all. Only the essential stuff will be working, and all of us are forced to take vacation, and you can have a guilt-free vacation. So that is how we try to enjoy that vacation moment. And today I thoroughly enjoyed this meeting, though the attendance is relatively thinner. I thoroughly enjoyed being the Toastmaster of the day. And since we have 10 more minutes, probably I'll try to engage you with a little bit of activity. So there is something called an acronym called FEMO. What is that? FOMO. What is that? Fear of missing out, right? So I think when this topsy-turvy meeting, the reverse meeting was happening, I was not present in the meeting, but for almost 3 weeks, some comments were going on the WhatsApp group, and I was feeling so bad, right? So I think for every meeting, when you are not attending, you should get that FOMO meeting, so that you will be able to come back, and for no reason you will take off for the Medley Toastmaster meeting. So today we will try to do something so that we can discuss in the WhatsApp group, and people who are not attended the meeting, they should feel missing out this meeting. So last weekend I could not attend because I was doing a training session, the trainer session, and I was talking about train the trainer session, almost like a Toastmaster education session. So all the nuances of public speaking in front of audience. So one of these sessions I was talking about the vocal variety and how to open up your voice. So today we will do a 1-minute exercise. All of you once again request you to get up. So like we try to give calisthenic exercise for our mind as well as our body. Now we are going to give an exercise for our mouth. So this will try to rejuvenate your all, in medical terms, subcutaneous muscles. Is that right? Subcutaneous tissues. Right? So first of all, as a Toastmaster, you should be shameless in front of an audience, at least within your club. So I'll do one exercise and all of you repeat. Are you ready? Right. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much. Over to you, Presiding Officer.
It was a wonderful meeting. Cherry on the cake was this vocal variety training. I hope you all will. Yeah, we have shared the voting link on the WhatsApp. I have shared it with the guest Shankar. Maybe you can give a chip to ma'am. She can vote. Paper chip to her.
I will share.
So it was a wonderful meeting today, and we had wonderful speeches by all our prepared speakers, and we thoroughly enjoyed the entire prepared speeches, table topics, evaluation sessions. Kudos to all the participants and also the Vice President Education and the Vice President Education elect who worked towards conducting this meeting successfully. Kudos to them. With this, I have a few announcements to make. We have our next week's meeting will be a beach meeting. It will be at Elliot's Beach, usual time. We will be having our meeting at Elliot's Beach. As I earlier announced, we'll be having a panel discussion in that meeting. Before that, we have another interesting session on 27th of December, which is Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. We'll be having an online meeting of Medley Toastmasters meeting, which is a unique, specific event, a refocused event for Pathways Mentor Program speeches. So there will be 4 speakers who are doing their Pathways Mentor Program. They'll be delivering a speech from their Pathways Mentor Program. So we'll also have an education session by DTM Mangalam Jayaraj, who is the immediate past president of District 120. She will be doing district director of District 120. So with that, I will be having the prepared speeches for Pathways Mentor Program as well. So I encourage all the members, as well as will be posted in the guest group as well. The guests are also welcome to attend that online meeting. So with this, I would move on to taking feedback from our guests. And I appreciate our General Evaluator's comment on the guest introduction. I missed out in introducing Toastmaster Shankar because I completely forgot that he's a guest. I thought that I still remembered he is a member. So I invite Toastmaster Shankar to introduce himself and share his feedback about today's meeting.
Thank you, Venkat. See, I was on the break for the last 1 year for my studies. So now it is completed, and now it is a time for us to join from 1st of January. So Medley, in terms of feedback, Medley is always maintained the standard. And the speech, especially the four speeches were amazing. Especially I would like to talk about the 2 speeches, one from Saravanan, because I know that I'm seeing the Saravanan from day one. Whenever his speech comes, it's like a crime novel inspector narrating the story. It is like that. He's putting some way of props which no one thinks about it. The same way it happens with pinch of salt, Saravanan. And the second speech, the second speaker, it was none other than Jagan, because I see that the amount of maturity it is going probably month on month with Jagan was fascinating, Jagan. So I'm one of the fan on your speech, and Medley always, it's my second family. Probably I also joined the Medley from 1st of January. Over to you.
Welcome back, Toastmaster Shankar. Ma'am, can you please introduce yourself and share your feedback?
As I already introduced myself, I am Shantamina. I am trying to restart my career after a big break. So that's why I just wanted to join this Toastmasters Club. And when I came for the table topic, I was really nervous. And I know the time was not over, but I was not able to complete. So I think I'll overcome that. And regarding all the things that was arranged here, it was very good. And all the speakers, they did a wonderful job. And even the table topics, the way everyone covered the topics, I feel it's a little setback for me today. And I have to motivate myself to come for the next meet. I hope this doesn't dampen my interest and do better. Thank you so much. I was just searching. I came across various Toastmasters, but the timings were all in the late evenings, which is I couldn't attend. So,
have you been to Toastmasters Club before?
Yeah, I have attended online meetings, all of at Toastmasters Club. Yeah, that was 2 years before. So this is my first Toastmasters direct meeting.
Do we have the best performers result available?
Level completions. Saravanan Kausalya.
So, Toastmaster Saravanan has completed his level 1 on strategic relationships. Please give a big round of applause.
Level 1.
Okay.
Dynamic leadership.
Apologies, Toastmaster Kalyani has completed a level 1 in dynamic leadership pathway with her evaluation. Best tag role player goes to Grammarian Pushparaj. Best role player Toastmaster Jayashree. Evaluator, DTM Thomas Abraham. Guest speaker, Toastmaster Saravanan. Guest TT speaker, Toastmaster Prasanna. With this, I declare meeting number 760 closed.